What does it take to destroy a decade of work building a name, a brand, and a career? For stand-up comedian Akash Singh, it took exactly 1 week. And the person who allegedly pulled the trigger wasn't a rival comedian or a scandalous leak, it was his own wife, Jasleen. Welcome everyone. Today we're breaking down the stunningly rapid unraveling of Akash Singh's public image. This isn't just gossip, it's a masterclass in how personal life can shatter a professional persona. And it all started when he announced his biggest tour yet, only to see the comments section completely implode. The first and most critical point is the foundation of hypocrisy his career was built on. Akash positioned himself as a vocal critic of the red pill manosphere, arguing that their views on women, specifically about gold diggers and promiscuity, were exaggerated and wrong. He presented himself as the healthy alternative, a man who found a true partner. He famously bragged about his wife, Jasleen, being a virgin, pure, and wholesome. This was his counter-argument. But then, Jasleen started her own podcast. On that podcast, she dismantled every single claim. She revealed a past that was far from the pure image he sold, telling stories about her active sex life in college, including being finger-popped by a Tinder date. But the real dagger was her attitude within the marriage. She famously stated their financial arrangement: his money is our money, and my money is my money. She openly admitted she doesn't cook or clean because she doesn't feel like it. The healthy alternative had wifed up the literal archetype the red pill warns about.
How do you and your husband split finances?
We don't.
We don't.
If you want to work, all for that. But like any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his account, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money.
Point 2 moves from hypocrisy to active humiliation. It's one thing to have private disagreements, it's another to publicly emasculate your partner. Jasleen didn't stop at revealing her past. She looked her husband in the eye on a podcast and expressed her desire to have an orgy. She specifically talked about how attractive his friend Nav is, commenting on his body and the size of his, well, you know. She said it with a smile, completely unbothered by the man sitting next to her. This complete lack of basic respect was compounded by their public interactions. Watch any video of them together. When he goes in for a kiss, she turns her cheek. When he reproposes with a massive ring, her focus is entirely on the diamond, not the man.
On Saturday when I saw her, I said, do you know? And she said, I don't know anything. I don't know anything.
She's a good liar.
Then she's a good liar.
That's a friend.
Then she's a good liar.
That's a friend.
No, I don't want those gifts.
I know. Why not?
I don't care about, I like tangible goods.
Not.
I don't care about,
First of all, I want to say to Amma, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
All of this is possible because you told me I could do anything that I wanted. And the best decision I ever made in my entire life was to marry this woman right here. Whose birthday it is in 2 weeks. And I love you so much, and the only regret that I have is that I only got to marry you once. So I want to make a little quick announcement that we're going to get married again. We're going to renew our vows in India next year. Do you all want to come to that? Does that sound fun? And since I am renewing my vows, I think the only thing you can do is propose again.
Oh,
Jasleen Singh, will you be Jasleen Singh forever again?
yes! Oh my god! Oh.
Take that rinky thing off. That rinky dink.
Did you guys know this? Yes! Oh my god! How big is this?
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much!
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this:
wow.
do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what? But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
I'm actively trying to have an orgy. And you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you see him. His body goes crazy. His face card always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav is like at least 10 inches.
The contrast is jarring. A woman who is openly freaky and adventurous in her stories, but prude and affectionless with the husband who funds her lifestyle.
I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
Needed to breathe, literally.
Wait, another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about that are so funny is Akash. I know Naveen hasn't or is the scammer, but have you gotten scammed before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait,
Yeah.
Did
got
you just
ya.
call me a scammer?
Yeah, you are a scammer.
Yeah.
So he's like, no, I know. Scammer.
There's a difference being a scammer and being a hustler. Two very different things.
Okay.
I'm a hustler who scams a little bit. I'm not a scammer who
I'm not
hustles.
gonna lie, that was sexy. And that's why I'm actively trying to have an orgy. Okay, I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder. This was before Bumble or Hinge. Like this was like in the OG days of the app. And this guy, he was like some how do you say, half Asian, like baddie. Wasian. That's the word.
Wasian.
Yeah, Wasian. Actually in the Bay. That's when I was living in the Bay Area. And I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my God.
And I remembered that I would like try to finger me in my asshole. I'm like, first of all, we were not on those like terms. But anyways, so that was non-consensual actually.
Now, the third point is what makes this a career-ending event, not just a personal drama. The backlash isn't coming from his enemies. When he dropped his tour trailer, the comments weren't from hardcore Manosphere fans. They were from his people, his own fans. They were calling him a loser and pathetic not for his comedy, but for the humiliation he was willingly tolerating. When your core audience, the people who bought your philosophy, can no longer look at you with respect, you have nothing left. They can't take his advice seriously because his life is a walking contradiction to it. So, where does this leave us? The Akash Singh saga is a brutal reminder that in the age of personal branding, your life is your content. You can't preach against gold diggers while being married to one who openly mocks you.
If your man is weird about periods, that's a red flag. Break up with him immediately, no pun intended, because when I was in college, I dated this guy. You know, he didn't want to fool around when I was on like the heaviest days of my period. Okay, totally understandable, I get that. And I was like, oh great, good news, my period ended, like we can like have fun tonight, blah blah. And he was going down on me. Like, wouldn't you know it, I was still spotting. And also, if you're like poking around down there, like more blood can sometimes come out even if your period is over. I swear to God, like I thought my period was done. He like looked at me with so much disgust, and I'll never forget that moment. Like I felt so ashamed and so dirty, and like he was like, how could you do this to me?
The audience's trust is the currency, and Akash's currency has been hyperinflated into worthlessness, not by a rival, but from within his own home. His career isn't just on pause. The foundation it was built on has been exposed as a lie. And rebuilding from that, that's a tour nobody might buy a ticket for. But what do you think? Is this a fair assessment, or is there more to the story? Let me know your take in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into internet culture, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.